What is good, everyone? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to beat the mental game of trading and how to become profitable by doing so, right? I know what it feels like, okay? I know what it feels like to be in that exact position that you're currently in because I was there as well for 3 years. It took me 3 years to become profitable, right? Now, I know what it feels like to constantly blow accounts. I know what it feels like to constantly lose money. I know what it feels like to jump from strategy to strategy to strategy, go, trade all sessions, all time frames, all indicators, all pairs. I've tried it all, and you probably have as well, right? But if I were to tell you that it is most likely not a strategy problem, it is a you problem. You are the reason why you're still unprofitable. Now, that's harsh. That's the harsh reality, but it's also the real reality, okay? That is the truth, right? You are the problem. And I'm not here to hate on you or whatever, but I wish I knew this sooner. I wish I knew this before I took on this trading journey because that would have speed run my path to profitability way, way, way fast. I would have become profitable way faster. Now, step number one is to realize that you are the problem. It's not your strategy, but you are the problem, right? And step number two is to fix it and overcome it, right? Fix your psychology and beat the mental game of it. And that's basically what I'm going to be going into right now. Let's just put it into perspective here, right? I could literally give a homeless man a proven profitable strategy. Let's just put it to an extreme extent, right? I could literally give a homeless man a 99% win rate strategy with a good risk reward as well. But the homeless man is still going to be unprofitable. And why? Well, because the homeless man is going to overtrade, over leverage, revenge trade, feel FOMO, and feel greed. He's going to do all of those 5 things. And you're probably doing either 1, 2, 3, or maybe even 5 of those things right now. But that's basically what we want to overcome. We want to fix that. Once you fix that, compared with some discipline, patience, and consistency, that's when you'll become profitable, okay? That's the harsh truth. And then you can obviously do whatever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want. That's the beauty of trading. I can literally do whatever I want in Croatia, right? I just landed here like 2 days ago, and I'm gonna be here for a few weeks. I can do what I want, whenever I want, wherever I want in the world. That's the beauty of trading. But in order to get here, in order to get profitable, you have to overcome those 5 things. Now, let's get into it. So how to overcome, let's start off with FOMO, right? How to overcome FOMO. So FOMO, first of all, it's just fear of missing out, right? You should probably know this by now. But it is whenever you see price move without you and then you end up entering too late, right? So let's say price is right here, price goes up, you enter buy up here because you feel FOMO, you feel like you've missed out on a trade, and then price drops. Stop loss hit, you just lost your trade right there. That's what basically is FOMO. That's basically FOMO right there, right? But how do we overcome it? How do we beat it? So FOMO is fear of missing out, right? But how do we beat it? We beat it by pre-planning the trade before it even happens. So you know what to do if price does X or C, okay? So if price is here, you are pre-planning, okay, well, if price goes down first, grab some liquidity, and then rejects that level, I'm gonna enter buys, right? So you know what to do before the move even happens. So when the move happens, you're not gonna feel FOMO. And if the move happens, that isn't your move. If you're anticipating that price will go down first and then go up, and then you can take advantage of that move, right? If price goes up first, there is no move. It isn't your move, right? Day trading doesn't mean you should trade every single day, okay? You should only take A+ setups and setups that align with your entry criteria. And when you do that, you will be rewarded, right? Now, as I said, if price is here and price goes up here, but you were anticipating pre-market open or trade that price would go down first, well, that's not your trade. You're gonna see setups, you're gonna see price move without you, but it's not your trade, okay? Be okay with not taking a trade, right? Be okay with taking 0 trades in a day and show up to the markets not expecting a trade. Because if you're expecting something, if you're expecting to make money or expecting a trade, you're subconsciously gonna force things and see setups that aren't there and you shouldn't take, right? That's basically FOMO. Now, greed. How do we overcome greed? Greed is it's human nature. We want more. If you win a trade, you want to make more profits. If you lose a trade, you want to make back the profit you just lost, right? Human nature. Everything in psychology wise, like in trading, is all human nature. And we as humans are like the worst creatures to trade, right? We are so bad at trading. Like, that's just the harsh reality, including me and including you. Because if we see something, we want more. If we make money, we want more. If we lose money, we want to make back the money, right? That's just human nature. But you have to overcome it and you have to fix it, right? But how do we fix greed then? Well, greed is, you just see price move without you. That's FOMO. But if you end up winning a trade, winning a good trade, you feel greedy. You start, greed starts to kick in. You want to make more money, right? But that's when you have to stick to 1 to 2 trades a day. And I don't care if you're a scalper and you take 20 trades a day, because those 20 trades a day are probably not A plus. It's probably not the best setup you can, take, right? So stick to 0 to 1 to 2 trades a day and be okay with taking 0 trades a day. As I said, expect not to take a trade, right? And once you keep yourself accountable and keep yourself disciplined with only taking 1 to 2 trades a day, that's when greed is gonna, basically step away. Because if you've taken 2 trades in a row, like 2 winners, right? You're not gonna get greedy because you've got that rule. You're keeping yourself disciplined, right? To not take any more trades. That's basically how to overcome greed, right? If you're really struggling with this, stick to 1 trade a day, 1 loss a day maximum, right? That's also how to go over revenge trading. Stick to 1 loss a day, no matter what. If you take a loss, right, it's windy here. I hope this microphone doesn't catch up the wind, but it's windy here in Croatia. But if you take a loss, right, just be okay with it. There will always be another opportunity to trade tomorrow or on Monday or on Tuesday, the next week, next month. It doesn't matter. Last week, I did my first zero. I took 0 trades in a week, and I'm okay with that. I don't care. I didn't get my entry criteria, and I didn't get my setup entry, setups, right? That's why I didn't take any trades, right? It didn't meet my criteria. Now, obviously, on average, I probably take like 2 to 4 trades a week. But do you realize that I just took 0 trades in a week? I made $0. But rather be safe than sorry. Rather take 0 trades than a bad trade and end up losing it, right? Now, how to go over revenge trading? Let's just start off with that, right? Revenge trading, as I said, keep yourself disciplined with 1 trade a day maximum, right? 1 to 2 trades a day maximum, and 1 loss a day maximum, right? That's basically how you stop revenge trading. So whenever you take a loss, call it a day, close down your trading view, close down your MT5, close down your broker, and just move on, okay? Go outside, get some fresh air or whatever. Do something, play a sport or go to the gym. I don't care, okay? Do something that's not trading related, because that's basically what's going to keep you disciplined and consistent over time, not revenge trading, okay? So we went over revenge trading, FOMO, and greed. We've got over leveraging, and we've got what do we have more? Let me see here. Overtrading, leveraging, and overtrading. So overtrading is basically the same thing, right? Stick to 1 to 2 trades a day, quality over quantity. It is much better to take an A plus setup. And in trading, you also have to realize this, right? Less trades equals more profits, okay? It's not like any other job, and more hours spent on the charts doesn't correspond to more profits, okay? It's not like any other business, okay? In business, the more hours you put in, the more money you make. In trading, the less hours, the more quality setups you put in, the more money you make, okay? I literally am on the charts for like maximum an hour a day, and I make on average $4,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 every single trade. Now, obviously, that took me some time to get up there, compound effect, blah, 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 but you get the idea, right? I literally make, and you make, more money by taking a better but fewer and more quality trades than taking quantity and just taking random trades here and there. You'll probably end up losing then, right? So focus on 1 to 2 trades a day. Focus on one strategy, right? One strategy, 1 to 2 trades a day, and 1 session, right? That is literally it. Keep yourself accountable, and 1 maximum loss a day as well. So that's how to prevent revenge trading. Now, we went over revenge trading, FOMO, greed, and over leveraging. Did we go? No, over trading. Now, over leveraging, last thing here. How to stop over leveraging, how to beat that? Well, risk less. There's only 2 ways to lose in trading. You're either risking too much or you're losing too often, right? So you lose too much or lose too often. That's literally it. If you lose too much, you're risking too much, okay? Size down. Risk half of what you're risking right now, or risk like a quarter, right? Now, second thing, lose too many, like lose too often, right? Lose too much, lose too often. Why do you lose too often? Because you're most likely not focusing on quality over quantity. You're not focusing on taking A plus setups only, okay? Fewer trades equals more profits. That is the harsh reality of trading, right? That's the 5 things here. FOMO, first of all, pre-plan your trades before they even happen. Greed, stick to 1 to 2 trades a day, 1 strategy, 1 session, right? Revenge trading, stick to 1 trade a day, no, 1 loss a day, maximum 1 loss a day. Call it a day, come back tomorrow. There will always be another opportunity tomorrow. Over leveraging, right? Risk less. It's easy to say, I know, but just risk less, right? Over leveraging, risk less, right? And over trading, as I said, keep yourself accountable, keep yourself disciplined with 1 to 2 trades a day, 1 strategy, 1 session, and 1, mentor, basically, if you've got a mentor. Now, that's basically it. That's basically how to beat the mental game. But it's so much easier said than done. I know I can sit here and talk for 10 minutes or something, 8 minutes or whatever, And I can tell you what to do, but you also have to do it yourself. You have to keep yourself accountable, keep yourself disciplined, and keep yourself consistent, okay? And remember, the more patient you are, the more money you'll make. The more patience or the more patient a trader is, the more profitable he'll be, okay? If you're constantly rushing into trades, expecting to take a trade every single day that you show up to the market, right? You're never becoming profitable. It is that simple. If you're if you're having FOMO, greed, you're overtrading, over leveraging, or revenge trading, you'll never become profitable. You have to fix those things and look into yourself. You are the problem here, okay? I'm telling you. Yeah, I wish I knew that when I started out trading. I would have become profitable way faster, but it is so windy here in Croatia. I hope it doesn't pick up, but whatever. That's the video. If you liked it, if you found it helpful, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It means the world to me. And yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video.